Thank you, Chairman Garbarino and Ranking Member. Good to see you guys today. Today's hearing serves as a crucial opportunity to examine the effectiveness of federal cyber bureaucracy. At a time when cyber attacks are growing more frequent and sophisticated, it's imperative that our regulatory process governing cyberspace is strengthened and harmonized. This will promote security and cooperation while minimizing cost and confusion. Last May, this subcommittee held a hearing focused on CIRCIA, Cyber Incident Reporting for Critical Infrastructure Act of 2022. CIRCIA, among other things, directed CISA to create and implement regulations for cyber incident reporting across 16 critical infrastructure sectors. Although Congress passed CIRCIA nearly 3 years ago, widespread regulatory disharmony persists throughout the cyber incident reporting and response regime. There are now at least 50 cyber incident reporting requirements in effect across the federal government. These regulations are often duplicative and complex, requiring private sector owners and operators to invest significant sums into regulatory compliance rather than security. This patchwork of conflicting and complex regulations place a significant burden on reporting entities. Let's be clear, improving our nation's cyber regulatory regime will bolster our nation's security. Current cyber incident reporting regulations require too much of the private sector, drawing their attention away from actually securing their networks. Federal regulations like the SEC's Public Cyber Disclosure Rule clearly illustrate the urgent need for harmonization. This rule in particular is riddled with ambiguity and sets constrictive reporting timelines for organizations that experience cyber incidents. Ambiguous and conflicting standards like the SEC rule are allowing compliance to take a priority over security, leaving our critical infrastructure more vulnerable to subsequent attacks. Injecting consistency and efficiency into the cyber regulatory regime is necessary to protect our nation from digital threats to our critical infrastructure. The security of our homeland depends on effective cooperation between the private and public sectors, and it is our duty to help remove any unnecessary barriers to collaboration. Since CIRCIA is still in the rulemaking process until later this year, there's still time to ensure that regulatory effectiveness and harmonization are core features of our national cyber incident reporting requirements. The final rule must not place an undue burden on private sector entities that are critical to our national cyber defense. I want to thank our witnesses, Scott Aronson from Edison Electric, Heather Hogsett from Bank Policy Institute, Robert Mayer from U.S. Telecom, and Ari Schwartz from the Cyber Security Coalition for being here today. Most of you have testified before during our hearings last May, and each provided invaluable insight to this subcommittee. Thank you for being here today. With President Trump in office, we have a unique opportunity to create a common-sense cyber regulatory structure that ensures compliance serves its purpose to share actionable information with the federal government and with each other. As nation-state threats rise, we must do all we can to ensure that our cyber professionals can focus their precious time and attention and resources on securing networks and critical infrastructure and not on checking a box. I look forward to working with you as we pursue this shared objective.